Minutes can make a difference when tsunamis, giant earthquake waves, spread destruction across the Pacific. Now, a new network of sensors anchored on the ocean floor forms an early warning system for threatened areas.
Here at the Pacific Marine Environmental Labs in Seattle, weather-beaten buoys lie at rest. Some have been recovered from missions in the North Pacific.
Here we're just in the process of taking the systems out of it, the electronics out of it, and it'll undergo a repainting and repair, refurbishment. It'll be deployed next fall.
The Pacific Marine Environmental Lab is developing a network of deep ocean reporting stations that track tsunamis and report them in real time. This 280-foot research ship is on an expedition to the North Pacific. Her mission, deployed the buoys along Alaska's Aleutian subduction zone.
We anticipate what's going to happen rather than... The big challenge, of course, is in the open ocean to measure the tsunami. Tsunami in the open ocean is only a very small feature, a few centimeters in about 6,000 meters of water.
In order to detect a tsunami in the open ocean, you have to have a very sensitive instrument that doesn't move. And so that means you have to put it on the seafloor.
That seafloor is more than 2 miles below.
We had 7,500 pounds of anchor going down too, so it falls, it hits the bottom about a half an hour.
The monitoring device it holds is so sensitive it can detect a 10-centimeter difference in the wave above it.
This is the sensor that measures the pressure on the seafloor. That data is sent back out through this port here and plugged into this piece of electronics right here.
The warning system relies on a complex communication system involving an acoustic modem, digital satellite transmission, and network computing.
This board right here is the acoustic modem that is used to send the data back acoustically to the surface, and we hear it from the bottom to the buoy on the top.
And then that information is broadcast from the communication satellite to anyone who has a receiving station.
The data will be posted on the web in real time, so emergency managers around the Pacific can keep abreast of developing tsunamis. This advanced warning system for the 21st century requires only that remote island nations have a radio receiver and a computer with internet access. At NOAA in Seattle, complex computer programs can predict how long a triggered tsunami would take to reach Hawaii. Data such as this is accessed through the agency's website, so remote island nations can estimate the likelihood of damage and prepare earlier for evacuations. The town of Hilo on the island of Hawaii looks normal today. Back in 1946, the place was devastated by a tsunami. In those days, policeman Bob Chow was the early warning system.
This is the place where the first alarm was located, and it's set this gauge where when the tide goes down below that, they expect a tsunami will hit. We jump in a car and head toward safe area and notify the police that the gauge went off. It was real scary.
In the time it once took Bob Chow to drive from the harbor to downtown Hilo, the nations of the Pacific can now receive tsunami warnings that can save lives.
Taking a global digital journey together. We're the dot in .com.